Hello, welcome back. This is Jeff Byers. This is Annie258, Game Level Design, and we are doing part 3. This is module 3, part 3 on the video series. We just took you through how to move and rotate objects, scale them, and then now we're going into show you I've got everything completed, I've got everything in and set dressed, so I'll take you through that. Alright, so let's go ahead and go in. And you can see kind of the layout that I have, and you can tell that not everything is going to come in and work perfectly. I found a really cool speaker system, and it just won't light properly. I took it into ZBrush, I took it into Maya, I cleaned it up, and it's just poorly. It's just not made to bring into something like Unreal. It works fine in Maya and renders fine in Maya, but will not render properly in Unreal, and that happens. When I go in, and you'll notice that some textures look kind of strange, even dark. Don't let that worry you. There are some things that just will not work, and I'm not going to grade you off on that. As long as I can see them, there are some black areas. Again, geometry, this is free geometry, so you're going to have to take the good with the bad. The good meaning that most of it turned out pretty good. The bad that you can see with this, it still collides fine, it just looks pretty horrible. What I've noticed though is when I go into build, I'm not going to do this because it takes a long time. With all the grass I have outside and the trees, it takes a while to build. So give yourself probably, on my machine it takes about 5 to 10 minutes. And I've got a very fast machine. And then what I would suggest that you do, not do build all, you can go into just build geometry, okay, while you're placing things. You're going to need to do that. So build geometry, then you can play it. But you have to build geometry before you can play it correctly. If you don't, the collisions may not work, and you might not even see the geometry properly. You might see it in a different spot than you would before. So make sure you build geometry. And that's super fast. Watch how fast this is. So just click on it, and boom, it's done. The thing is, it doesn't build the geometry, and it basically kills it. Now if you play it, it's a little brighter. There's no shadows, as you can see. I basically, when I do build geometry, it just blows everything out. Okay, unfortunately. Okay, so it blows all the baking that I did with the lighting. So now I have to go back and bake the lighting. Okay. Now another thing I found out, I'm going to hit escape to get out of this, is that if I move that just a little bit, it looks fine. Okay. The minute I go ahead and do build lighting, and this is going to take a long time, so I'm going to have to pause the video, but if I click on build lighting only, which I will, I'm going to pause it because it takes a long time. Okay, so the lighting completed, and it looks good, except for that. We can deal with that, but what I can do with this, believe it or not, I can just bring it up a little bit, bring it back down again, and I can do my screenshots, and the lighting is still fine because the lighting's baked in. So if you see anything that looks really, really terribly bad, you can pop it up a little bit and bring it back down. So it's a little trick that is pretty amazing. I'm going to hit the N key. So if I move it up and hit the END key, you might not have that, I don't know. But it does remove self shadows. It also removes any shadows, like if there's a shadow that goes against. The shadows stay on the actual object, so it self shadows fine. But if there's a shadow, if I move that shadow would disappear if I move that. So you don't want to do that. So that's how you can kind of fix stuff, right? There we go. Pretty cool way of getting around that area there. So that works for me. I'm okay with that. Now when you play it, I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen, but it should play okay too as well. So let me, again, I think those are okay. So everything's fine. Okay, so we're good. So the idea here is now to just kind of show off your work, right? So the first thing you got to do, and I think I've told you guys this several times, is we need to start with, go ahead and click on play, and you have to shoot first and then you can move around, and just kind of make sure everything is scaled properly. Okay? Alright, remember you're 6 feet tall, so that looks pretty good. I'm able to navigate around here, right, even with the door there, and I can get around the back. Okay, now there are things like that. You have these chairs. I have these chairs against the wall, and I'm not going to be able to get back there, and that's okay. But like, you need to be able to get around, like coffee tables, or excuse me, dining tables, and around your furniture. You can see I can get around here. You just got to leave enough space. I think it's 4 feet. That's what we have on the door here. So you got to be able to get to the door. I found a door which is kind of fun, and with a handle on it. You know, be creative and have fun. You know, I'm gonna put a plant here probably later. A plant here, maybe some coffee cups. And I brought this one in. This whole bookcase I brought in by itself, which is kind of fun because I went ahead and just kept the items that were on it, so I was able to do that. You don't have to take all the items off of stuff. You just need to make sure that, like I did the ottoman all one piece, right? And then I had the coffee table separate, and then I had the lamp tables. I need to find lamps though. That's what I'm missing in here, is lamps. But I've got all the little stuff, and I basically exported the little stuff on top of the table. I exported the chairs separately. The chairs are separate, so I can move those. And then the table with all that stuff on it was set dressed already, so I went ahead and used that. And I'm okay with that. And that whole stereo system, I didn't sit there and put all those little tapes or whatever those things, CDs in there, or looked like cassette tapes back in the day. And I left those pictures together too as well. I just rotated them, so I made them bigger here, and then I rotated them, put them on the other side, so it fills the room pretty nice. Okay, so there are little tricks and things you guys can do and have fun with, but just make sure you can navigate in your area pretty freely. That's important. And that looks pretty good. Now we're ready to go ahead and take screenshots. So basically all 4 corners, right, just like we did before. I'm not going to go through how to do that. You know how to do that, so you can just kind of go in here and rotate and just start taking images, right? Okay, rotate around, maybe move it down a little bit. We want to get a nice scene here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to hit F11. Okay, there's a couple things we need to do. Hit F11, and then I need to hit the G key, right? The G key needs to be on, so the G key. So that gives me a full frame. So I'm going to go into the bottom here, click on that, and I hit the S key, and go into snipping tool. Now I'm not going to do this for every one of them. That would be kind of boring and useless. I'll do one real quick. So I'm going to get the whole screenshot here, like that. Okay. And let's go ahead and save that. Please save them as JPEG. Okay? JPEG. And I want you to put your first name underscore last name, Annie258, module 03, and interior 01. Okay, so there's 1. Okay, so we'll have 4 just like this on every corner. I'm not going to do that. Make sure you put it on the desktop so you know where the heck it's going. So did I put it on the desktop? Yes, I did. Okay, so I'm good there. And so you're going to get, let's go ahead and close that. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to go move in here, and I want to take pictures. Okay, once I get the 4 done, of some interesting views, like this would be really interesting, like that. Okay, so 4 interesting shots. And I can just get that looking nice. There we go. So you can see the top and the bottoms. Get that composed right. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go into the snipping tool and we'll go ahead and you can see what I'm doing here and go to rectangle. I'm not going to do it in here, but that's what you do. And there we go. And then I'm going to go in here and just do a snip. Pretty easy. Now I don't like that. See that arrow? I clicked on something there. So what I'm going to do is I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to click that off. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to click somewhere over here. That's fine. And then just kind of go back in again. And hit the S key. There we go. Alright, rectangular snip. And there we go. Okay, great. And save that out as, and we're on the desktop, so you can see there I am right there. Oh, 259? No, that's not right. It's 258. There we go. I'll rename that. So now this is going to be, so we'll have interior 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the corners, and this will be 5. Okay. So each corner will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm just going to name this 5. Okay, so that's one area. Save that, and I'm going to close that. I'm going to rotate around here and get my other area here. Kind of zoom in a little bit. That's pretty cool. I like that. Little sitting area. Alright, and let's get that one. Snipping tool. Rectangular snip. And let's get that in there. There we go, like that. Alright, let's go ahead and something like that would be fine. Okay. And file, save as, and do the same exact thing. So I'm going to find my interior 5, and then we'll do 6 on there. Okay, 6. Alright, great. And then the next one is going to be our little living room area, entertainment center. Okay, something like that would work just fine. Cool. Let's bring it down just a little bit. Everything looks kind of skewed. Let's go ahead and go in here, snipping tool again. And then we're just going to go ahead and select that part right there. Alright. And file, save as. And this will be 7. 7. There we go. Okay. And close that. And then we'll rotate around and we'll get this little area here. We got a little coffee or dining room table here. Okay, let's move that down a little bit. Move it up like that. And I don't want that. I just want to click on one of these trees. There we go. Because I don't want to see any of that around here. We go. So I get this part over here too as well. Alright, so I think we're good. Snipping tool. Alright. Alright, so this is the 8th one. Alright, great. And I am okay with you guys doing more if you'd like. You know, if you want to show something else off, feel free. Like this part right here, I think it's really cool. Even as simplistic as that is, I think it turned out really nice. And I can't imagine, I mean, it looked pretty good if it was textured. Alright, so one more. Again, I'm never going to say no to more. You know, we have to have a minimum, and if you do that, that's fine. If you want to do more, I'm not going to say no. Okay, and we're going to do 9 on that. Okay, great. That's the interior. You're basically done with that, and then we go out to the exterior. Now, we had we had done the really far away. Now obviously I have to be careful. I kind of want to make sure I get a good shot, right? I don't really want to select any of that, the trees or the grass or anything, because that kind of highlights it. Which, you know, what I mean by corners, so if you put the tree in the corner, if you do a shot like that, that's not good. So kind of back away off the corner a little bit maybe, and give me a shot like that. And I don't care. I think that's okay. That looks pretty good. That way I can see that you know, you got your rocks and you got your other stuff in here. So basically a shot like that would be good. Okay? Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that shot there. Alright, cool. Save as. So this will be exterior 1. All we have to do is change that. And the fact that it says 259 instead of 258, so we'll change that, save that. Okay, good. So you do all 4 corners like that at this range, right? And then, and I don't have anything, I don't have the other 4 items in here. I was looking for some gnomes. I think those were kind of cool, or pink flamingos would be fun. But some yard decorations, something like a bird bath or something fun that you would see, or a bicycle, maybe an old car would be a lot of fun, you know, that's rusted out, or even a new car that maybe you can take the wheels off in Maya and put it in here, which would be fun, or put a couple rocks on it. I mean, have some fun in the back. Make sure you're able to walk around it, though. That's really important. But give me some shots in here. Let's say, for instance, there's a car here, so, or a bird bath, or something that you put together, or something fun, right? It's got to be an outdoor piece, right? So find something like that and place that in here, even though I don't have anything. Let's just say that these rocks are it. So we'll just kind of focus on that, but I need you to focus on those for the closer up shots, and just go ahead and get a little closer to it and just frame it up real nice and just do a screenshot. Okay, so just pretend there's something there. Okay, and just do a screenshot. Okay, great. And so that will be kind of like, you know, your shots, and you'll need 4 of those up close shots, or, you know, well composed shots of your objects. Okay, so hopefully I'll find something that I can put in there real quick by the end of the week, and give you kind of an idea what I'm actually looking for. But I think you can kind of visualize, if I had a little something there, that you could see that. Okay, I'm going to save that. And this will be, just like we did the interior, this would be number 5, right? So we'll just click on this and type in exterior. Okay. Alright, cool. And that's basically it. You're completely finished. We will eventually have you guys create movies, and we'll be grading you on that, on the walkthroughs and stuff. And I'll be able to tell by looking at your images whether I could walk through there or not, you know, by just judging the space I have here and the space I have here, between here and here, because it's really important that you need to kind of space things and not have it too cluttered. Alright. Alright, congratulations, you're all completely done, and you're ready to move on to Module 4. I'll see you there.